course, got us underway last night in a spectacular fashion. 9-0 winners at Southampton. That's the Premier League's biggest ever away win. 3 more points for the champions today. A little controversial. We'll show you why in just a moment if you haven't yet seen. Brighton came from 2-1 down to beat Everton, again courtesy of a somewhat controversial decision. No goals at Watford, who are still waiting for their first win of the season. West Ham a goal up. Eventually shared the points with Sheffield United and Chelsea, as we've just seen. 4-2 winners at Burnley. At the moment, Watford, Norwich and Southampton on the back of that hiding last night into the drop zone this weekend. Newcastle out as a result of the 9 that the Saints conceded. Everton, Manchester United and Villa all down today. No change for Wolves. Brighton's win lifted them into 12th and Burnley 11th now out of the top half. Spurs down. West Ham, Bournemouth, Sheffield United all making progress. Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal, Chelsea from there. Leicester, Manchester City, Liverpool, top 3. The gap is 3 points. Liverpool.
Christian, many congratulations. You're holding the match ball. What's it like to get your first Chelsea goals and become the youngest Chelsea player to get a Premier League hat-trick?
It's incredible. Honestly, I can't believe it. The goals were amazing today. I mean, it was a really good team performance. I just wish in the end we could have kept a clean sheet. You know, I lost the ball I'm not happy with, so I still got room to improve.
It was the perfect hat-trick, wasn't it? A left foot, right foot and a header. The header was pretty tidy. Which was your favourite?
That's tough to say. I don't know. I think I'd have to go with the left foot. I don't know why. It's just my favourite one.
This is some Chelsea team that's emerging, a young team. What's it like to play in?
It's incredible. These guys are so fun to play with. I think we just have so much energy. But some of the more experienced guys also bring a really nice touch to the team. And yeah, right now it's just really just enjoying every moment of it.
And yet you've had to be patient. What's that been like?
I mean, it's normal. You know, I came to the team and I wanted to make an impact. And it's not going to start, happen right away. So I had to prove myself and continue to work. And I'm happy I could go out and help the team today. 7
straight wins in all competitions. Where can this team go?
Yeah, we just want to keep it going right now. We're obviously on a roll, but like we've been saying, we've just been taking it game by game. So next focus is, the midweek one, and then yeah, we just go from there.
Well done.
Thank you.
Have a think about this. Tammy Abraham, of course, scored a hat-trick for Chelsea at Wolves earlier in the season. So for the first time since 97-98, 2 Chelsea players have scored hat-tricks on the road. Who were the previous 2 in that season? I'll tell you in a minute. Think about it. Took us a while to get there, but
97, 88.
Between us we did. Chelsea, here is the manager.
Frank, another one, 7 in a row. Is that one of the most pleasing?
Yeah, in lots of ways, because this is a really tough place to come. Going well in the league, make it really difficult for you. And the way we controlled so much of the game. I mean, they're always going to give you moments because when they're direct and they're putting the ball in the box, there's not much you can do other than defend as well as you can and hope that second balls don't fall to them sometimes. But the midfield players and the movement and the combinations between Kovacic, Jorginho, Mason, Pulisic, Willian was beautiful to watch. I really enjoyed watching today.
Christian Pulisic in. I mean, talk about how to make an impact. Have you been bedding him in? Has that been the idea?
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't wanted to say too much. I get asked a lot, but. He had a week break this summer, 1 week from his international team. So he comes here for a big price tag. He has 1 week of holiday. He wants to come back fair played. I love that. But at the same time, why am I going to throw him in? Played games early in the season. I've got competition in that area. But I know what he's going to be for this club. But I have to try and do it in the right way to get the best out of him. I'm not trying to claim it because he's got a hat-trick. I just feel he's going to be a really good player for us. And delighted for him.
You made just that one change from the other day. Were you contemplating making more? There's been a lot of games and a lot of players have played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, and I always do. It's a balance, and I'm always thinking 1, 2, 3 games ahead as well at the same time. But there's the argument of we're going okay, we're going all right, and people are playing well. They're hungry. They want to go again. They want to recover in between games. So the one change I felt was enough today. We'll see going forward. But yeah, no, I'm just happy with how we're going, and it's important that we keep our feet on the ground. Play a bit like we did today because that was good, but we can improve still, and we need to know that daily.
It might sound daft because 4-2, but those 2 goals at the end, do they help keep your feet on the ground? The fact that it wasn't 4-0 and job done?
I don't know. I will be the first, I said it to the players there, to criticise sloppy goals and change the look of a game, because it did change the look. It shouldn't have been, it wasn't 4-2. But I can't, not tonight, I can't, because the way they played and the personality they had on the ball and the movement of the ball was so many great things there that I'm not going to allow it in the dressing room. A few of them are upset, but it's not a day for that for me. me, it's a day to say we played really well. Came to a tough place, played really well, and won the game comfortably.
Cheers, Frank.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks for that.
So, 7 straight wins, Aaron, at the start of the season when they lost at Manchester United. Too open, they said. Entertained too much. They've scored more goals on the road this year than any other Premier League team, including Manchester City. So they're not that soft and they're not that easy to beat, are they?
No, they're exciting to watch. No one that watched in Derby last season. Yeah, I mean, they are young. They're just like Pulisic did there. He just attacks and he's direct, and it's the whole team who's like that. So they're interesting to watch.
Yeah. Do you know what I think, Aaron? I think when you've got kids like this, good kids, the ones we're talking about, Pulisic, you know, Tomori, Mount, Abraham. When you're playing on top of your game, Richard, when you're playing well, as we know, football's easy. It's easy. You can play. The kids love it. They're on top of their game. The test for these young boys comes when they get in a game when things aren't going their way. And I think that's maybe why their home form has been a little patchy. In that you need to be different. Away from home against teams like this, who maybe leave themselves open, they've got fantastic young players, but in really big games, and I'm interested to see when the big games come up for them, like Manchester United away when they got beaten, how they're going to react. And that's the key in their upbringing and their development. These kind of games, they love them. They're on top of the game, they're playing fantastic, but even when Burnley got 2 late goals there, you could see for about 4 or 5 minutes, and it was Burnley, with just a little bit of panic in there.
But what I like about them at the moment is they're playing with a smile. All of them, quite literally, are physically smiling. Frank Lampard is, Gianluca Vialli, Gianfranco Zola was with us earlier in the season, and confirmed for us, notoriously it's a really difficult, demanding dressing room.
Yes.
And yet Lampard doesn't seem to have any problems right now. Again, is that because things are going well? Has he yet been tested?
Yes, I think so. I thought they might struggle today with Burnley, how organised Burnley have been. They clearly show me that they can handle the fight, and they did so today. But like you say, you could see they were shaking up a little bit in the end, where Burnley got the 2 goals back, and then they were on the back foot. But like I said earlier, they're exciting to watch, and I'm always looking forward to seeing Chelsea now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought this might be difficult in driving rain and Turf Moor, but
do you know what I always think as well? And I say this to you often, Richard, but I do with Pulisic there. He gave the ball away, and it's very good to hear him say, "I've got a lot to learn. I gave the ball away." I mean, listen, the kid scoring from where he did doesn't happen very often. In fairness, so it's an amazing goal. But I think when when you look at this side, yes, it's developing. Yes, it's very exciting. All those things are right, but I think what Frank had when he went in there was immediate respect because of what he had achieved as a Chelsea player. The young kids would look up at him in awe at what he did as a player. The older players who played with him maybe and who watched him would have great respect for him as a Chelsea player. But Frank has the ongoing respect by what he does as a coach. And I thought it was a great appointment. I said to you at the time, I think it'll be a great appointment. He's intelligent, he's bright, he's football, he knows his stuff, he's played at the highest level all his life. And he had a year at Derby where he could really cut his teeth a little bit in management. So I think and I think he's done brilliantly. And I think every week that goes past, you see a mature, likeable, young English coach. And that's fantastic to see.
Gianluca Vialli and Torre Andre Flo were those 2 players.
Has he signed them as well?
No, but scored in that season in 97, 98. He just seems to take everything in his stride, doesn't he? He's very articulate. I haven't seen him yet lose his temper in a press conference, which can be the case for some. I just think he looks like he's been in the job forever. Yeah,
he's adapted straight away. I mean, like you said, he's had a year at Derby in a tough league in the Championship. Coming year, with the can't buy players, it's taken a little bit of pressure off him.
Do you think it's been a bonus?
I think it has. I think it's taken a little bit of pressure off him. He's had to use the younger players, and he probably was going to anyway, because he had Mount and was the centre back Tomori
from Derby.
Had them both there last year, and he's put them in, and they've paid him back.
I think it probably has helped him. Frank, when we saw at Derby how he loved to work with young players, and he was introduced them into the Derby side, and he brought those young Chelsea players in as well. And I think when he got to Chelsea, I think there wasn't the pressure on him to go and buy players, Richard, you know, right away, because he'd lost Hazard. There's like £100 million plus to spend. Now, down the years, Chelsea would have spent that and gone and bought a couple of big players. Frank didn't have that luxury, or Chelsea didn't have that luxury. So I think in many ways Frank, quite in a perverse way, quite liked the fact that I've got to bring Abraham back from Villa and stick him in the team. I've got to get Mount and Tomori back from Derby and stick him in the team. And I've got to, you know, get Hudson-Odoi fit and stick him in the team.
And I've also got to find goals from somewhere else, because Eden Hazard isn't here, and he's done it. Or it would appear that he's doing
it. Pulisic was another one. They bought him, a year ago? Left him out on loan. Now, because of the ban, they brought him back as well, 21 years of age, just turned 21. Now, if he can produce goals from midfield, fantastic, because we know Willian can get them. We don't know about Hudson-Odoi yet. Tammy Abrahams had a great start, playing in the Premier League this season, so a fantastic start. Can he keep it up? That's the question that he needs to answer for me. He's got ability, got talent, good player, but he's got to do it over 38 games at that level. And that's the only question mark with Tammy at the moment.
4-2.
You could have put another goalkeeper on top of Kepa's shoulders and they still wouldn't have got that. It was an amazing strike. Second one was a deflection. It went in. So, you know, so the defenders, what I liked about it, he said they were disappointed in the dressing room. The back four would be disappointed in the goalkeeper because they love, it's what footballers do. If you're a defender, you don't concede goals, and if you don't, you feel great. They've conceded 2, they'll be a bit flat, even though they've won 4-2. But that's a wonderful quality to have.
Let's